Visualize this situation. You're sitting in an airport terminal ready to board your aircraft. A couple of seats down from you is a gentleman who looks a little nervous. The final call to board your aircraft is made and he gets really nervous, really anxious, and starts sweating. That catches your eyes. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think or visualize this situation? Maybe a terrorist attack? Maybe someone with wrong intentions trying to board the aircraft? Well, that's not what I'm here to talk about. Have you heard the term aerophobia? Hi, my name is Swapnil Devara. I'm a pilot by profession, and today I'm going to talk about a psychological problem which a lot of people in the United States and the world suffer. As per the research conducted by the National Institute of Mental Health in August 2012, they estimate approximately 5% of the total United States population is aerophobic, which means they have the fear of flying. Now we are looking at an astounding 15 million people who are afraid to fly. On the other hand, the Federal Aviation Administration, the FAA, estimates approximately 1.5 million people traveling through air every day, and approximately 10% of the people that travel is aerophobic. Now we are looking at a huge amount of population which is afraid to fly. To understand aerophobia, we need to understand a couple of things. Are you aerophobic? Are you afraid of flying? Do you know someone who is afraid of flying? Can it be solved? Can it be sorted out? The answer is yes. It can be sorted out. It's a problem which can be solved in a couple of manners, but we need to go a little bit more into it. And I'm sure by the end of this presentation, you're going to have a little more insight on this topic, by which either you can help yourself or you can help someone you know who is afraid to fly. While we're talking about aerophobia, there are a couple of things. Why does aerophobia happen? What runs through the mind of the person who's aerophobic or who's afraid to fly, and how can it be solved? Aerophobia is a type of agoraphobia, which is nothing but an anxiety disorder, a false sense of fear of getting hurt or dying through an event. In this case, the event is flying. A lot of people think, or the research shows that the common thoughts that run through a mind of an aerophobic person is the engine gonna fall off? Is the plane safe to fly? Does the systems work properly? Is the pilot trained properly? I had an instance when a person next to me in an aircraft actually asked me, do you think the air traffic controllers sleep on duty? The answer is no. It has been proved that air travel is approximately 85% safer than any method of commute. Why? A couple of reasons. A, the standards of training for pilots is higher than the standards of training for doctors. They go rigorous training. The standard of maintenance is very high. And the most important part is the FAA is completely unforgiving for any act of negligence. To support my statement, I'm sure everyone will remember the Hudson miracle, where Captain Sullenberg landed his injured jet on the Hudson River and everyone walked away from the whole incident. Well, for people it's a miracle. For pilots, it's just another day on job. So, how do we get rid of aerophobia? Well, there are a couple of methods. The first one is a non-medical method. In non-medical method, there are a couple of sessions conducted throughout the United States. AOPA, Aircraft Operator and Pilots Association, also organizes or conducts these little sessions wherein a person who's afraid to fly is taken through a little training session. When I mean training session, taken through airlines. They speak to professionals, they speak to pilots, they speak to mechanics who show them and make them understand how safe flying is. Trust me, flying is a privilege to human being. It's something which is completely out of this world. Well, not dragging on to that one, the second method. Besides talking to the pilots, the crew, and taking a course wherein they study how the airplane works, the people who take the course, which is the non-medical treatment, are suggested a couple of methods to deal with their anxiety. Like, take your music with you, have some distractions while you're flying, take a book to read, let the crew and the pilot know that they are nervous flyers and they will make sure that they take care of these passengers first in event of anything. Now, the people who are not able to cope with the fear or the anxiety of flying with this treatment are further then referred to a medical treatment, which is the second method of getting rid of aerophobia. In the medical treatment, the doctor prescribes the patient a couple of anxiety depressants. To name some, benzodiazepine, one of the most used drugs for aerophobia. Well, next time you're on an airport, you see a person who's afraid of flying, walk up to him. Tell him that not to be scared of because he's going to be in a good hand. He's going to be flying a machine which is very well maintained. And especially if he's sitting next to you in the airplane, talk to him. Get his mind off flying. Who knows, maybe for the hour and a half you're next to him flying with him, you might be his hero. Well, that's about my little speech on aerophobia. I hope that helps.